All right. Good evening, everybody. And thank you so much for joining into this conversation to those who have or those who will watch a little later. Today is truly a day of many days, of yoga, of music. On this day of days, for those who didn't read my Facebook and my Instagram post on what is the intent of the series, just allow me a moment to share that idea with you. The idea is really to celebrate women who have influenced and inspired me over the years, helping me find an anchor, offering many giving me but at most times showing me the mirror by just being an example in the way they live their lives. I thought on the occasion of the International Day of Yoga, it would be appropriate to kickstart this series with my yoga instructor, Srimati Vidara. Met her sometime in 2005 when I was newly married and had a fairly hectic career in the world of newspapers. Life was really easy. It had a completely different pace than what we have right now. For one, we did not have WhatsApp. We weren't as addicted. Everything that we did. And I remember that I walked to the class, which was located on just right above Orion Labs in Mandavali. And I remember Srimati would be there at 5:45 a.m. to open the door. Ready for school and then come back again until like 10:30, 11. And then I remember those who missed the class in the morning would go back in the evening, and there would be a flurry of kids who would be busy chanting, and then adults would be coming in and finish work, and I remember how busy who teach life as a wife and a mother. And then I took a break from yoga and I got busy with so many other things. And when I returned a couple of ago, that I had studied with them when I was in my 20s resonated with me much more now as I turned 40. And I was really keen for us to share on her own journey, both from her life and from the world of yoga. About how she kind of set up this practice and how she continues to teach, practice, and train so many students, adults, elderly people, as well as children on practices of the pranayama, yoga, as well as to start her own shala in 2004. Guys, is my voice not audible?
No, it is breaking a bit.
Breaking. Okay, the internet connection is probably a bit unstable. Yeah. So she started her career in 1996 at KYM and went on to learn the Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga in Mysore in 2004 and started her own shala. And today the shala that she runs with her yoga partner Ravi Swami, I hope he's listening in here. Fabulous yoga teacher. This is a series of women agree with me that it's a beautiful space, just vibrating with positivity. And I think for me, I think it's filled with people who almost organically imbibe the Srimati and Ravi have built that shala, which is to learn and respect and listen to your own body and mind and really be consistent only to get your series.
It's still breaking.
Still breaking, is it? Okay. What do we do? Any suggestions, Suprita?
Akila, just move backward and then start speaking. Yeah, in certain position it is fine.
This is better?
Yeah, this is better.
Okay. Srimati, welcome to Womania. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Akila. Namaste.
And happy International Day of Yoga to you.
Thank you, Akila.
Thank you so much, Srimati. I'm firstly going to start off by, asking you a question about, people often talk about yoga as a way of life. What does that mean? I'm curious to hear it from you. Like, what does that exactly mean?
Well, first we have to understand what really yoga means. Because there are different aspects of yoga. Like asana is one aspect, pranayama is one aspect, the dhyana, meditation is one aspect, and chanting is one aspect, following certain disciplines is one aspect, and philosophy is one aspect. So there are different aspects are there. But what happens in today's world is people are practicing any one or two aspects and say that they are practicing yoga. When all aspects are practiced together holistically, then it will reflect in their way of life.
Okay.
So the structured practice with the correct breathing, when all these things happen, when they're able to do that, so the yoga on the mat will reflect off the mat.
Off the mat. Okay.
Okay. So of course we have to start with the physical body. So on the mat, when you do asana practice with good breathing, that will give you a lot of mental strength and ability to put the disciplines properly into day-to-day practice.
Okay. But the main,
because one should have a proper food habits, sleeping pattern, lifestyle, the activity, everything matters. How it reflect on the mat, and on the mat how you do reflect off the mat.
Right.
So when all the different aspects are practiced at the appropriate proportions, then only it will become over a period of time a way of life.
Right.
Then it will show. Then it will reflect on people's attitude and the way they respond to situation, the way they handle the things. So it will become a part. Yoga will become a part of them.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
But Srimati, that the main comes with practice and consistency, right? If 6 months minadi practice panni, I can't expect yoga to become a way of life for me, right? Like
that's why I said people are thinking that attending a workshop for a month or 2 weeks and said that yes, I am practicing so well and I am taking it up yoga as a life. It's not like that. There should be abhyasam in Yoga Sutra. It says that it should be long term, without interruption, and with enthusiasm. There should be a strong conviction in that practice, and long term without interruption. If all these things are there, when there is a proper abhyasam and vairagyam, the dispassionate way of practice, that will transform or convert into a proper way of life. Yoga as a way of life.
Okay. So basically, number body vadiya start panni, body la panni. Finally, we have to cultivate a certain equanimity in the way we live our life.
Correct. It will because the practice, when the practice is done with breathing, it will give us the discipline to follow. It will give us the strength to follow the disciplines well.
Right.
Tomorrow, if I have to be there on the mat every day, I have to be on the mat. Then I know I have to go to bed by this time. Then if I have a heavy dinner, then my practice will be affected next day morning. So these disciplines, the practice will give you the disciplines to follow, strength to follow all these disciplines. Then eventually, over a period of time, we will slowly, it will become a part of us.
In the transformation, nadakum.
Yeah, that will happen.
Will happen. Srimati, you've had a journey in yoga almost for 25 years now, right? Yeah. What have been your personal takeaways And how has it helped you evolve at every stage as a person?
I think initially, I think it's pure personal satisfaction, Akila. Because when people come, when we give the practice, when they come with pain or when they come with wanted to have a good practice, after they do the practice, when you see a smile in their face, bring a smile in their face, it gives an immense satisfaction to us. Oh, good, நம்ம ஏதோ பண்ணிருக்கோம், அவளுக்கு ஏதோ ஹெல்ப் பண்ணிருக்கோம், ஒரு good satisfaction கிடைக்கும். So I think that is what the biggest thing. If I look back and see, oh yeah, yes, I am able to bring some changes in people's life, in their perception. So that gives a tremendous satisfaction to us, especially in the yoga profession. And as we progress, then it adds more responsibility on us to better ourselves, to study more, to understand more, and to observe more, so that we will be in a much more better position to keep on continuously supporting them and giving them what they need.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, Srimati, for example, like if I were to take my own personal example, like in my 20s, like what I was looking for is very different from what I was searching for in my 30s. And now, as I turn 40, I feel that I've sort of come into my own skin. I feel comfortable the way I am. In your 30s, you're like maybe weight loss, and the mother, you're like obsessed with that. At 40s, you feel more confident. You're like, you kind of settle in. And you're like, okay, this is who I am. This is how I must be, because life like evlavo irukku. You've often talked about it. So do you think that that even for a yoga instructor like you, that evolution has happened as a person? Like, I'm sure, like when you were setting it up, you were a different person, and then I just want to know, like, personally.
Definitely. And yoga teacher na, we don't have two kombu here. Okay, we are also like any other normal human being like you. So I was also like you, when like how you express yourself, you're in 20s and 30s and 40s, and so definitely I've also gone through the same thing.
Yeah.
So rajasic என்ன சொல்றது, ரொம்ப so என்ன வேக வேகமா பண்றது, நிறைய பண்ணணும் ஆசைப்படுறது, so many things, அதெல்லாம் அந்தந்த ஏஜ்ல யாருக்கு என்ன அதெல்லாம் இருந்திருக்கு. பட் as we grow older னு சொல்றதை விட, the more we gain experience and the knowledge that we receive through the practices will helps us to slowly understand things. And the best learning is that we learn by seeing lot of people. Not only we learn from the books, from our practices, by looking at all the students. So all those things will help us, and the maturity vara, then slowly it will help us to evolve.
Right. You also, Srimati, like yoga is also such a, often Ravi and you talk about how yoga is such a vast, it's like a vast ocean, right? And one's practice never ends. So one is always in a certain way a student of yoga. Now, when I come to the Shala also, you're often just sitting and reading something. And so therefore, I want to understand, like, are you also continuing to learn in a sense, like every day, on an everyday basis?
இந்த சொல்லுவா தமிழ்ல saying is, கற்றது கைமண் அளவு, கல்லாதது உலக அளவு சொல்லுவா இல்லையா? So learning is a continuous process. It can never end. எதுலயுமே ஒரு I have learned everything னு யாரும் சொல்லவே முடியாது. So and you have, especially in yoga, when you are helping people, and each one is different, each one's body is different, each one need is different, and they come for different purposes. So it's not just learning one aspect of yoga is enough to help them. So simultaneously we have to study so many other related things, like the philosophy, some from Ayurveda, and we have to definitely know about the anatomy and what are the medical terms, because a lot of people come with reports also. So all those things we have to study. Now you understand, and we always have to go back to refer to our old our shastras also. And the Shastra says Swadhyayam is a permanent thing which should be there throughout your life. And as we keep referring, in the 20s, what the same book, what you have understood in 20s will be different. How you have understood in 30s and in 40s. Absolutely. And added along with the experience and your further studies, course studies, what happens? Your understanding will become deeper and deeper. Right. That deeper understanding will really, the same book which you have studied before will give a different dimension for you to understand. And so the knowledge, not only in depth, it has to be in a wider perspective. Correct? So especially in today's world, so many கேள்விப்படாத விஷயங்கள்லாம் people are complaining, oh, this I have, இப்படி கூட ஒரு பெயின் இருக்குமா, இப்படி கூட இருக்குமான்ற அளவுக்குலாம் people are coming. So அப்ப வந்து நம்ம we have to definitely நாங்க அந்த knowledge widen பண்ணிண்டாதான் we will be in a position to help them. And it is for our own evolvement. The last question kette adhe dhaan, evolvement ku continuous study should be there, practice, and what you study you have to put it into practice. Right. That also has to happen simultaneously. Then only what we teach will come from our heart, not from our mouth.
Right. Srimati Shalala, there have been so many kinds of people with so many, physical, mental, emotional baggage. Have you learned a lot from your students' lives also? Have they taught you also some things that, Yarav Adapati, can you share a few examples of some like students that have, who have like also inspired you in just the way they practice and the way they have remained consistent? And the madri kuda nariya per irupala, or come with so many problems that our problems seem insignificant.
Correct. Very true. We appreciate a lot of the housewives and homemakers. For 15 years that they are coming to us. They may come even twice or thrice only for a month, probably because they may be held up with so many other things. At least for 3 days, how sincerely they come and practice. And Mama, like Ganeshan Mama, 80-year-old, alternate days he comes, but on the dot, the time he will be there. And at the age of 80, the way they the discipline that they show in the practice really amazes me. Lisa is there, where 2 to 2.5 hours practice spends like a kuduraikku kadivalam katna mari appadiye the practice she will continuously pannine irpa. It's not like, oh, இன்னைக்கு போர் அடிக்கிறது, வேற பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணலாமா, இன்னைக்கு அப்படி மேல ஒரு செகண்ட் தாட்டே வராது. She will just, so that we could see that change, the progress that she has made in her practice. And even in the attitude the different people shows, ellathiyum vandu different learnings. If you keep your eyes wide open, you can learn from everyone. Children evlo teach pandra. I know. The children that I am handling, the way they behave with the peer group, and how they sometimes they will give instruction to the other children. எப்படி கரெக்ஷன் பண்றா, அதெல்லாம் அமேசிங்கா இருக்கும். I will be taking teacher training and teach the elders to இது இந்த posture மரீச்சி ஆசனாவை இப்படி கரெக்ட் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லுவேன். நான் சொல்லியே கொடுக்காம அந்த குழந்தைங்க அவ்வளவு நேச்சுரலா பண்ணும். What makes them to do? Because they don't have any ego in their mind. They just observe. என்ன முடியறதோ எந்த விதத்துல பண்ண முடியுமோ naturally they do that. So அதெல்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது we should not push ourselves in the practice. You should just go by what your body says. அந்த மாதிரி ஒத்தொத்தர்கிட்டயும் ஒரு learning definitely it is there.
Also, some people teach you how to be and some people teach you how not to be, right?
Very true, very true. Very much.
I've learned that a lot. Like I also meet so many people with so many egos and insecurities. And I always tell my husband at the end of the day that it is இப்படி நம்ம இருக்க கூடாது, அதுக்கே நம்ம அவளை thank பண்ணணும், that we have learned how not to be from them. Anyway, so the thing is, Srimati, I wanted to ask you next about, we all practice yoga, the postures, looking for strength, stamina, flexibility, which is actually the core principles of Ashtanga Vinyasa Yoga. Yeah. how is that actually, like, I think we may have addressed this question, but what is the kind of awareness that one needs to cultivate in that practice? Because we all have busy lives. Our mobiles are right next to us while we practice. Sometimes we all take breaks in between work or in between our family chores, all of that, to practice. How do we actually shut ourselves out from all that external noise? How do we focusedly attempt to cultivate a sense of awareness in our practice?
The best is in this yoga is the secret behind is the breath.
Breath.
Just the moment you unroll the mat and you are on the mat, till you roll the mat, beginning to end, just be with your breath.
Right.
Of course, whether it is 45 minutes or 1 hour, mind will go. It's not that 1 hour we can't switch it off and on our mind. So the mind will go somewhere else, and but you bring it back immediately to your breath, because mind keep on creating thoughts. So you cannot keep it like an empty box. You can't do that. So adile vande instead of bringing so many thoughts, you just bring one thought of the breath. That you can feel also, where you are breathing in and out, where you can feel. So the moment you are conscious about your breath, then naturally mind will be with yourself.
Okay.
Usually people are coming for some by the practice, they will get flexibility, strength and stamina. Everything is fine because it is so visible. But when they are doing along with the breath, throughout the practice, it will slowly reflect at their emotional strength. As the mind become calm and quiet, it will reflect on their emotional stability. So the balance, the flexibility, stamina and strength not only reflect only at the physical level, it will reflect at the mind level. So as it starts coming, you will get into the other higher level of higher plane. I can say that your perception will change, your attitude will change,
right?
And yeah, so that will help you to go through your life with a kind of bias. Can I say that?
Yeah. Srimati, you used a word detachment, vairagyam, and the word use pannellingo.
Okay.
I'm just curious, this is a question that often comes to my head. Like, I remember Ravi has also talked about this certain detachment with which you practice. But number pannarcha, we have to do it with great passion, right? So how are passion and detachment, they are kind of contradictory, yeah?
I was just listening. Our Swamiji used to say that throughout the Bhagavad Gita, this raga and dvesha, he keeps on insisting that the detachment should be there. Throughout the Bhagavad Gita, this is a lesson. How you have to be dispassionate. See, detachment is not, it is not a dislike, okay? Dislike is different, detachment is different. Okay. So, what you are going to do in the practice is, you put an effort in the right way, and eventually you will get the benefit out of it. Wherever you have to progress, you will progress.
Right.
But what happens, our mind says, because we are attached to achieving a particular posture within a particular duration.
Okay.
So I am doing this posture for 10 days. Today I must be able to get into that posture. That raga, the excess raga, what will happen? The desire will make you to push. That is where some people get into injuries. So, there will be a setback in the practice, which will dishearten them. Right? I am doing the practice every day, properly, regularly. How much ever say, and the moment the mind, after all, we are human, we are not sannyasi, who was detached, left detached, who was detachment. So we are not a sannyasi. So அந்த மனசுல அந்த ஒரு ஆசை இருக்கும், இன்னைக்கு போய் தலையை தொட்டா நல்லா இருக்குமே அப்படின்ற ஒரு ஆசை வரும். அன்னைக்கு அந்த 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 உடம்பு கொடுக்கிற சிக்னலை அந்த ஆசை
listen to it.
ஆமா, அது பண்ண முடியாது. அதனாலதான் வந்து so that is why அந்த அந்த டிட்டாச்மெண்ட் வந்து ரொம்ப காஷியஸா இருக்கணும், அவ்வளவுதான். இன்னும் ஒரு பெரிய டிட்டாச்மெண்ட்னா பெருசா அப்படியே ஆசையே இல்லாம இருக்கணும், துறை வர மாதிரி இருக்கணும், அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது. யூ ஷுட் என்ன ஒண்ணு, அந்த if it comes happy, if doesn't come more happy.
Oh, okay.
Anything comes. So என்ன, because அது வரலன்னா ஐயோ அந்த சோகம், அந்த உடனே ஒரு டிஸ்ஹார்டனிங் வரக்கூடாது. அது என்ன ஆகும், it will affect the next posture.
Absolutely.
ஐயோ இந்த போஸ்டர் வரலையே மைண்ட்ல இருந்துட்டே your mind, then what will happen, that the tension in the mind or the thought process in the mind will travel in your throughout the body.
Okay.
அப்ப அடுத்த போஸ்டர்ல இருக்கும்போது மைண்டும் அதுல இருக்காது, பாடியும் ரிலாக்ஸ்டா இருக்காது. What will happen again, that posture also, so it will affect you further, the next step affect பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிடும்.
Got it.
So அதனால அதுதான் அந்த டிட்டாச்மெண்ட்னா, அதுதான் it is not just எல்லாம் உனக்கு ஒண்ணுமே வேண்டாம் ஒரு இந்த சொல்லல. You should have desire and put your effort in a right direction, right way, and eventually you will, if it is in right way, the naturally Shastra says you will get the results. So there is no doubt. When we have conviction in that and go in the right direction, things will happen.
Wow, lovely. Srimati, I want to ask you, what was your turning point, like in yoga? Surely there must have been a turning point, right? When did that sort of shift happen for you?
Yeah. Turning point na definitely in the entering into yoga itself is a big turning point in my life, because I have not been practiced yoga from my childhood. No one in our family has practiced. So yoga na kilo enna velen kekra type la da they were there. So I don't know anything about yoga. But because of my son, circumstances made me to enter into yoga. So that is the biggest turning point. And I always, when I look back, I always think that, okay, God wants me to enter into this. So that is why he has given me that opportunity. Because avlo beautiful idu vandu. And the second turning point sonnaka, two I will definitely say. One is the way I entered. The second one is after serving in an institution for quite some time, and then decided leaving everything back and decided to go to Mysore and start Ashtanga, learn Ashtanga from the Guruji, Pattabhi Jois itself, and come back to Chennai and started the Ashtanga Yogashala, the new system of Ashtanga. We can say proudly that we are first people started Ashtanga in Chennai. When we went in 2003 to study Ashtanga, no Indians were there in Mysore to learn. Only foreigners will be there. So that is a very, very proud moment for us to start. And when our Guruji came here and blessed, all those things are a big turning point in our life.
Seriously. But that's fantastic that you know that like the universe gave you an opportunity to learn yoga, rather start learning yoga rather late in life. And so there is hope for a lot of people who are listening who may not have practiced as children, but still have the possibility of starting as adults and achieve a certain level of transformation within themselves.
Definitely.
Srimati, for you, yoga is both passion and profession. Are they one and the same? And how do you balance the two? Because sometimes when you have to also, like, in some sense, earn from what you love, then there could be some kind of a conflict that happens, that may happen. I don't know. So can you talk about this? What happens when passion and profession come together?
Previous question answer panna madri, ரொம்ப பெருசா ஆசைப்பட்டுலாம் I have not come to this profession. Circumstances made me to take this yoga. Okay. And எப்படி சொல்றது, so it is like sorry நான் நார்மல் ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒன்னு சொல்றேன். கல்யாணம் அப்புறம் காதலிக்கிற மாதிரி இது.
Absolutely.
So professional enter பண்ணியாச்சு அதுல யோகால வந்தாச்சு. So that after entering that, studying and helping, seeing people that how they are getting benefited. My own son is an example for me. So much of benefit that it gave me the interest to go study well, and so that I will be in a better position to help people. So that gave me a deepest interest, and it became my passion. Okay.
Right.
And profession, it is a side benefit, I can say.
Yeah.
So as I was started teaching, I got some financial benefits. So it has happened. So first interest was passion, and then profession happened. And when passion becomes profession, or profession becomes passion, both are one and same. Where is a need to balance that? So many people used to say, Sunday kuda sometimes you are taking class, and my niece and all will say, whenever I ask you, say you have to go there to the class, this and that. I never find tiredness at all in answering people or helping them out whenever they ask for classes. One of my old colleague also used to say, back to back class edukra அப்படினு. அது வந்து I never felt the tiredness because so much of interest in that. So I never think in that way at all. So both are same.
Both are the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Shrimati, I just want you to share with us the story of how the Shala came to be, and the ups and downs in setting up a practice, running a full-fledged, because there's so many administrative aspects, infrastructure, all of that. Can you share some anecdotes, some stories with us when how you, I know that you started in a small garage, and then you moved to the Orion Labs, and then we have this beautiful Shala. What was that journey itself?
Actually, first we started, one of our good friend gave us one space. She was running a play school, and so the children will come only after 9 o'clock they will come. So we will have class there morning 6 to 9.
Okay.
And the children will leave by 4 o'clock, so we will have class from 4:30 to 7 o'clock. So she gave that space. So in the initial stage, when we started with only one student, we didn't have money to even pay the rent. Where from we will pay? Yeah. So we started there. For around 10 months we were there, and they were doing demolishing that place. I still remember during that tsunami time only that happened, and because they will be doing demolition, we didn't get. We were searching for place. We were not able to find, and every day morning I go, full of cement dust will be there. Go mop and sweep and everything we'll do. Then do the practice. Then evening again we go again periki torchi. Then we will do the practice. So andha mari dhaan pannindru irundhom. Then we moved on to a car shed. As you remember, so that there we were doing angiyo appa when mare comes, all the water will come inside. I will go early, goes ellathiyum wash panni fan potu kaaya vechi. You won't believe that time we don't even have mats. We do it on the floor. Ippada mat na bayangarama vandittu. So then we moved on, but we should be so grateful to all our students that they referred to people. So we started getting a good number of people. As a principal, we never advertise. So whoever comes to a Shala, they comes through reference. And so we moved on to another place. We stayed there for 5 years. And now, as you said, the present Shala is so beautifully, again, our students selected the place, designed that place, and everything they did. And thanks to all our students, and they were great pillar of support to us throughout our journey. In spite of all these things, we ups and downs, we never felt like that, because the earning a big amount and leaving everything and come to this and started from a new startup mari aarambikkumbodhu, definitely there was some anxiety, especially for me da irundhathu. Ravikla illave illa, because the conviction, the faith, and the respect, or all these things that we had towards the practice and the teacher made us to stay with focused with what we are doing. I think that is paying back now, and
That's the
yeah,
return on investment.
yes. And otherwise, if you know, if you come to Shala, only two of us will be there. Me and Ravi will be there. We don't have a receptionist to give you details or pamphlets to give, or it is a pure like it's a Shala. That's why it's Shala. It's called, and we do teachers training there, and a lot of students from India and abroad are coming. Again, thanks to students, they insisted and opened a Facebook page, website, and everything. They say, no, this benefit everyone should get. People should know about this Ashtanga practice. So they did all those things, and we started getting students. And by God's grace, now we have our own Shala in Tiruvannamalai, so that we can give the Gurukula method of teaching by conducting workshop. So we are so grateful and thankful to all our students and grace of God.
Of course, 100%. Srimati, what is it like to be, I'm going to move a little bit about your personal story. What is it like to be a woman, a wife, practice, teach, and, balance it all? It's not easy, right? I'm sure like...
all women are doing this. They are multi-talented. All women are multi-talented. They are like Hanuman, very humble. They don't exhibit their strength so much. Okay, so with due respect to all women, everyone is going through this only. The morning, all the house chaos, we will keep going through all the cooking. Everything will be there. Go to the profession, teaching, practice. We will well balance and do that. Same like that. I also, hey, nee pannala, yeah, you're also doing. Correct. So same way, I also did. We manage. That's all. That we manage certain nee adla ups and downs. Keta mari idliyum certain ups and downs irukka irukku. But we don't take it. That will not affect our work. That will not affect our doing next activity. Apdi kana thodchu pottittu we will move on to the next one. Correct. We never stop anything. Cooking, class take our practice, nothing we stop. We just go on. Adhe marita nanum pannine. Nothing great about it. So ellarum madriyum pannine. And of course, one thing I can say that the practice gave me a lot of strength to go through every stage of my life. Definitely our and the evolve nanna paakalam. You can visibly you can see and mudindu யோசிச்சு பார்த்தேன்னா 30s ல எப்படி இருந்தோம் 35 40 45 how ஒரு கவச்சம் மாதிரி நமக்கு எப்படி கூடவே வந்து சப்போர்ட் பண்ணிட்டுன்னு very well you can experience that. Definitely the practice is a big support to me.
Right. Srimati, I also, sometimes when you look back, right, like if I'm myself going through, sometimes I feel like, I get busy through the day at work, and then I have a small child, and I feel sometimes when I'm at work that I'm not giving him enough time. When I'm with him, I feel like you are missing out on work time. There is a constant, some kind of a conflict in the head, right? How did you manage that when you had a child and, you'd have to, be a mother as well? Could you talk to us about, do you sometimes look back and say, konja time spent pannirkalama korandayoda? Like I'm just asking you, like...
And sometimes abdi thondra madri irukum, but if I see, think and see, at home we are all only 3 people, or as very simple. Our needs and wants are very simple. Adnala no demand from my house. Whatever I cook, my son and husband will eat. And my job is just to cook and keep, and rest of the things they take care of the life. And I have never keep on dropping him to this class, that tuition, the tuition. Nothing I have done to my son. He just grew up on his own. My neighbor used to say, when he was studying 6th standard, he will make dosa on his own and eat.
Wow.
So they are so independent. Probably I don't look at it as a regret, because because he's not dependent on me now.
Yeah, and that's
But-
resilience is a very
Yeah.
important quality.
And all the studies and everything he did on his own. So அதனால எனக்கு அந்த மாதிரி but எப்போ கிளாஸோ கிளாஸ் when we has to be on time அதுக்காக we will celebrate all the functions at home. I make all the things at home. So all those things were there. Going, attending function as a woman, as a wife, and as a mother, and as a relative, attending everything will be done. But for example, or function I make sure that I finish the class by 10 and then go. So எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும் ஸ்ரீமதி கிளாஸ் முடிச்சுட்டு தான் வருவா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு.
Right,
அது
right.
மாதிரி also Naveen, I'll never, because I'm morning, early morning and evening times fulla we spend on this. அந்த சமயத்துல ஒரு never demanded anyone, no one has demanded me anything. அதனால எனக்கு அது பெரிய கஷ்டமாவே தெரியல. And அப்படி எதுனா யோசிச்சே பார்த்தது இல்ல அகிலா. The fact.
But also, Shrimati, இப்போ parenting இப்போ everybody fusses over parenting so much more, right? Because now I don't think my parents were fussing over me. Oh, you're bore adikarche edavadhu kudukano. But we do that, unfortunately. So it's actually the fault of the parents.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because children by nature are extremely resilient and they're perfect. But you've also, your son is also now a practitioner of yoga and a teacher of yoga. So how do you feel about that, Shrimati? Are you glad that he's walking in your footsteps?
Definitely. We gave him the basic education and good professional qualification, everything. And he studied what he's interested in, and he went into the profession also, working for some time. Then one fine day, and he said that decided and said that, Amma, I am ready to I wanted to take up yoga. So எனக்கு அது வந்து ஆச்சரியமா தெரியல, because he was the first person in our family to enter into yoga. And he was consistent in his practice. அவன் ஸ்கூலுக்கு போறானோ இல்லையோ, morning first thing he has to do practice.
Wow.
So during the college time there was a break.
Right.
And adolescent, but all the school time he was regularly practicing. So that is I always tell to other parents, what you invite them in their childhood will come back to them. So I think this is a proven example. So he came back and said yes, and because it's a profession where you will be of some help to the society and for other people.
Absolutely.
And eventually in that process you will also evolve as a better human being. So it's such a wonderful profession. So I'm so happy about it.
Absolutely. And he's also a wonderful teacher. I've also had the opportunity of learning from him. He's a very kind hearted human being and also a fantastic teacher. Shrimati, I want to know about, as a yoga teacher, as somebody who teaches people asanas, pranayama, talks to them. I often see your students chatting with you, sharing their, நான் கூட நிறைய வாட்டி உங்ககிட்ட என்னோட லைஃப்ல நடக்கிற problems. Somehow, a yoga teacher also becomes something like a little emotional counselor, somebody you turn to because உனக்கு இருக்கிற problems சொல்லிண்டா you feel a bit lighter. Somehow you think of them as friends who will give you a patient hearing, who will not judge you, and who will also show you the mirror. Because even last week na Ravi ke do message pani kete, he will tell you without he will show you the mirror as it is. Oh no, he won't beat around the bush, but still there is a certain compassion with which that is said. Ungakittu, I have said that so many times. I'm sure by virtue of that you've made so many friends in your students, right? Could you talk about some special bonds and relationships that you have cultivated by virtue of this?
Actually, yoga students na என்னோட extended family.
Okay.
Actually very few relatives, I can count them, but yoga students la nariya per, it's like a part of my family. The same, it's mutual also. Whenever I need help, they are there, and whenever they need help, we are here. And yes, and they find a comfort and or a confidence and things like that with women, and to share things with us. And as I told you, the studies that we do, the philosophy that we study, philosophy and all the other, so many other aspects. It's not just asana practice alone, so many aspects which we study with the way that we have learned our teacher, and that gives us a wide perspective to guide them properly, to give them a kind of solace. And I never, as family சொன்னதுல நான் all the நவீனோட ஏஜ்ல இருக்கிற, my sonயோட ஏஜ்ல இருக்கிற எல்லாரையுமே I treat them as my own kids. நீ வந்து என்கிட்ட கேட்டாலும் the same, whatever I tell to my son I will tell to you, அந்த மாதிரி தான். சோ அதனால இதுக்கு ஒரு I think maybe by nature என்னன்னு தெரியல, I don't put an extra effort to do that. It is by my nature. We just maybe again you can say that practice has given this quality, or yes, we are like that.
Right. Srimati, could you talk about, Ravi has also been, your yoga partner for so many years. Could you talk about what have you been your key takeaways, in this collaboration? Because you have built this beautiful space and you continue to inspire each other. Could you talk about, and everybody has deep sense of respect for Ravi. He's a fantastic teacher and a fantastic human being who lives life by example. Could you talk about how he has inspired you as a practitioner of yoga as well?
Yes, he's அவர்தான் வந்து he's a forerunner, or என்ன சொல்லலாம், he's a visionary person. Okay, அவர் இப்படி நடக்கும்னு சொன்னா நடக்கும். So அந்த மாதிரி விஷன் உண்டு அவருக்கு. So I strongly believe and trust in that. And such a vast, he's the backbone of the institute, the Shala, and vast knowledge on everything, the human body, anatomy, Ayurveda, anything you name it, the vinyasa flow and understanding the muscle, everything, anything you name it, he knows it. And he, as you said, that he has a solution for everything. He will guide you properly in whoever comes. So such a knowledgeable person, and he is the person, one who identifies my strength and brought it out. He said, no, you can do it. From the day one, he is a person who motivated and encouraged me and made me to flourish. If I am today here and talking to you so confidently, it is because all of this. Even if I make a mistake, no, it doesn't matter. It will all be like that only. You can do next time. So அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய encouragements and support he has given, and without him I don't think I will be off here in front of you talking. Definitely. And நிறைய போட்டி இருக்கும் எங்களுக்குள்ள, and it's very good because that partner அவர் பண்றத if he does the practice naturally, I will also போட்டி போட்டுன்னு பண்ணுவேன். And we interest இருந்ததுனால ரெண்டு பேரும் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவோம், இது ஏன் இப்படி, சப்ஜெக்ட்ல நிறைய சண்டை வரும் எங்களுக்கு.
ஓகே,
ஏன் இது இப்படித்தான் இருக்கணும் அப்படித்தான் இருக்கணும், ஒரு சில அந்த மாதிரி வரும், ஃபெரோஷியஸா ஆர்கியூமெண்ட் பண்ணுவோம். Those things will also happen. And yes, supportive partner இந்த மாதிரி கிடைக்கிறதெல்லாம் வந்து it's very very rare, and thanks to God, அதான் சொல்ல முடியும்.
Absolutely. In harmony, that's what I always think, in harmony, because both of you have your individual strengths, and those individual strengths come together really so beautifully to create this environment. There are some things you feel like you can ask Ravi, there are some things that you definitely only have to ask Srimati. Yes. So so
and the beauty is that all students know about this so well, so they know where to go.
yeah. Absolutely. Srimati, also so many teachers of yoga today so many students of yours, who've studied from you. In fact, day before yesterday, Apsara Vaidyalan nanga Alapla feature pannirundom. I had no idea she was your student. And then at some point I have, gone to Shantala's class. I know that she now practices yoga with you. So how do you feel when, so many students of yours have gone on to build yoga practices? How does that make you feel?
நாளைக்கு ஆரியன் வந்து பெரிய பொசிஷன்ல, ஆபீஸ்ல நல்ல பொசிஷன்ல, ப்ரொஃபஷன்ல இருந்தானா, how will you feel?
Proud.
same way. I feel all my people who studied under me are like my children. So we are so happy to see them flourishing like that and just helping people. As you said, Apsara program I was watching and immediately I was spoken to her. அப்படியே அந்த சாயல் தெரியுது இந்த டீச்சிங்ல. So so you feel so nice to see அந்த நம்மளோட அந்த இது நம்ம ட்ரெடிஷன் அப்படியே தெரியறது பார்த்தா ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. Yeah. And another
Surya Namaskarangaradu Ravi சொல்ற மாதிரியே she was saying it exactly like that.
Yeah. And another beauty good thing is they always come back to us for further studies and they never hesitate. Whenever there is a doubt, wherever they are in different parts of the world, Karthikla is in Dubai and Venkatesh is in Australia. They will send us they will be in touch with us, and whenever they are here, they will definitely come and see. And அவளும் அந்த மாதிரி எங்க மாதிரி நிறைய படிக்கணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறா. அது ரொம்ப we are so happy and they keep coming back to us for in deepening their knowledge. And definitely we are so happy about it.
Right. Sorry, Shrimati. So the next, the final question was really a shout out to women. And why do you think more and more women really need to, practice yoga? Also because, like you said, that women have to, women are multi-talented, no doubt about it, but women also have to multitask. Right? And we have to play many roles, especially now during this lockdown. We're having to play many roles, many more roles, because in the Kalathla everybody has help and women have to step in and are forced to having to do those kind of things. So why do you think women should cultivate the practice of yoga?
Women as a foundation in the family, they are the foundation in the family. Yeah, the strong pillars of the family, and definitely they have to keep their health, concentrate on their health, because because of so many other activities and things like that, sometimes they forget to prioritize giving priority to their health. That should not be ignored. Actually, they should spend some time for their health and take care of them, because yoga is a boon to women actually. From puberty, each stage of your life, puberty, marriage, conception, motherhood, and then menopause, the old age, anything you name it, there is a solution from yoga. It gives you a very big support, and they can each stage they can go through so gracefully. They can pass each stage so gracefully. But that சின்ன வயசுல இருந்தே ஒரு 14-15ல இருந்தே PCOD, things like that, so many gynecological issues, this and that, எவ்வளவோ வருது. So அதெல்லாம் இல்லாம, and definitely they can go through their life so beautifully and peacefully. அதனால regular practice is very must for them. And அது வந்து அந்த பட் நிறைய லேடிஸ் வந்து பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கா. பிகாஸ் நீங்க பார்த்தா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸே எங்களுக்கு நிறைய லேடிஸ் தான் இருப்போம். women only, a lot of women are practicing than men actually, number பார்த்தேன்னா. And so we are so happy about it and helping them, and women க்கு ரொம்ப important.
Right. For aging gracefully, Pati Sonnel, like you are the standing example for that, Srimati, because I remember seeing you when I was 26, and then I met you like when I was 38, and you look just the same. So really, one must, I suppose, yoga is the secret for for you to like just be like ageless beauty in that sense. Srimati, there are I think there are a couple of questions from the people who are listening, and I'm just going to look at my phone. There's a question from Bindu Sajit Menon. And she'd like to know, it would be nice, she says, I'm sure she knows, but she says it would be nice to hear what is unique about Ashtanga and how Vinyasa is important in its practice.
Ashtanga is a set of practice developed by Sri Pattabhi Jois, where what they thought was people will not have time to do asana separately, pranayama separately, and meditation separately. So all put together, he designed a course to take care of your health physically and mentally. So Ashtanga is a unique system where you get all benefits in one practice. So including meditation, that is why it's called moving meditation. So including meditation, you get all the benefits in that practice. And நான் இப்ப அதை பத்தி பேசினா நிறைய பேசுவேன். எனக்கு ரொம்ப very structured and beautiful practice what has been given to us by our guru. And the vinyasangகிறது வந்து breathing and movement system is called vinyasa. Each movement you do along with a particular pattern of breathing. So it's not just assuming a posture and sitting. Is not just a way of getting into an asana. When there is a forward bend, you have to exhale and do the forward bend. When you are doing a back arch, you have to do inhale and do that. So appropriate breathing to get into the posture is called vinyasa. So each posture has 4 vinyasa, 7 vinyasa, 10 vinyasa. For example, Surya Namaskara is done in 10 vinyasa. So like that, this is called vinyasa. So Ashtanga is a set of practice which has its own benefit, which has the vinyasa also. That is why we have non-stopper, with each count you move from one to the other. That sequence, as you have done also, you can understand. So like Surya Namaskara, all the postures are connected with Surya Namaskara, and that practice we do.
So it's like a flow, basically, right?
Flow, yeah, flow basically. So vinyasa is included in Ashtanga itself, and separate vinyasa flow also can be, separate practice also can be done.
Right. Shrimati, there is one question from Shivani, and she'd like to know that she says she misses the beautiful Shala, and when are you likely to restart the Shala?
It's not in my hand, Kila. We would love to. Everyone is missing. We are also missing. So it's not in our hand. It all depends upon each month, and we are looking into the situation and then decide.
Right, absolutely. But it's also interesting how you have kept up with the changing times and turned to the virtual medium and still kept the practice alive, right? And how has the experience been with online teaching?
Yeah, it's so wonderful. I didn't expect that it will be so wonderful. And people are in fact much more regular in online. All classes are full, and they are attending perfectly and following the instruction. In the Shala, you know that each one will do at their own pace. Here, the instructor class is given. So, and everyday practice, excellently it is going, this online class. And actually, this lockdown period has given us the chance to understand the another dimension of teaching yoga through online, especially by Ravi.
Sorry, just give me a moment. Sorry, Shrimati, there was some internet lag. We seem to have lost you. Could you just could you just talk about the virtual classes again?
Yeah. It's so happening so beautifully. All the people are so regular now, in fact, on the online classes. And we are also so happy to keep seeing them, in touch with them. And in fact, it is a new learning for us that we also can do online classes so
Yeah.
successfully and very effectively. More than that, very effectively, we are able to do all the corrections, give the directions and everything. It is happening so wonderfully, and yeah, everyone is enjoying. Good.
Right. How has finally? I'll let you go after you respond to how has overall the lockdown life been for you? Shrimati? Like in the house, what is it like?
No change. I'm not finding. Only thing is, I'm not going uh, roaming on the. I mean, going out here and there the road. That's all. Otherwise, class is going on. My practice is going on. My studies are going on. Kitchen work is going on. So everything, no change. So I won't say that. As I said, we lead a simple life. I don't say that so many works are there. People at home are also helping. So perfectly, I'm really enjoying this break of breakdown.
Yeah, that is really what a lot of people are saying. And I'm actually me too. And I'm really scared I might just get used to the lockdown life.
Correct.
It's very liberating not to have to drive on the road and take my son from one class to another. It's actually very, very stress free, and it's also a great time, like you beautifully said. I also feel that I have also found a more disciplined approach to so many things that I am doing. So, and thank you to continue the virtual classes and allow us to stay in touch with our practice. Thank you, Shri, for so generously sharing your story, your thoughts on yoga, and continuing to inspire all of us. I do hope that ends soon, because also is also just fabulous. So it would be lovely to actually come and meet together in person and actually practice in that beautiful space. To those who joined, thank you very much. We will be sharing a recording of this interview as well on our YouTube page.
Thank you, Akhila. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you, everybody.